This is it. Tonight, the curtains are open here in Tulsa at Greenwood District Stadium. The Desperados are coming off a close loss last week to the Revolution. 34-31 was the final score of that ball game. The Desperados are expected to bounce back tonight as they fall to 1-2 to start the season. The Gladiators are 1-2 as well after falling to Chicago 31-13. Both teams are looking to conquer this SFL battle. Week number 4 here in the SFL as the season continues to heat up and catch fire. It's the SFL on Twitch Network. I am your play-by-play commentator tonight, Damon Simeon. And alongside me is Ramos Lynn with Tom Roman and Rochelle Colston on the stats. We're in Tulsa, Oklahoma at Greenwood District Stadium as the Desperados take on the St. Louis Gladiators. When you can run it, throw it, and catch it, your official SFL contenders. The Gladiators versus the Desperados is next on the SFL Network here on Twitch. Ramos, what are your take for tonight's game, sir?
Well, I think this is two teams I'd love to throw the ball deep. So I think it's going to be very interesting to see how and which team is going to defend the deep ball the best. We know that Dick and Nickens likes to throw it around to Gabriel Manning deep. And St. Louis also likes to throw the ball deep to the tight end Phil Koss. So I think it's going to be the job of the safeties to protect those deep passes. And whoever does that best is going to win.
I must say that I do agree with you as coming into this ball game, both teams come in with some heavy hitters on the back end at that safety spot. Desperados come in with Cain Vasquez and Ezekiel Love for their safeties, and Colin Douglas and Gerald Winkler is the safeties for the Gladiators. And here's the Desperados. They're going to be kicking the ball off to the St. Louis Gladiators to start the game here, start from the goal line. And on the return guy gets it tackled at the 23. And this is where St. Louis is going to start the ball game. And St. Louis are in their all gray gold trimmed with green stripes to start the game here, Ramos.
Yeah, I'm really liking the look for both teams actually. We don't see these uniforms for Tulsa very often, but I like the black with the accents there.
And here's Javier Vasquez underneath the center. Takes a 5-step drop, gets a little pressure, and he's going to be brought down on the first play of the ball game, Ramos. Hit for a 5-yard loss. And the St. Louis Gladiators does not move anywhere on the first drive, first play of the first possession.
Yeah, and right out of the gate, it's just man-to-man coverage, press coverage, and just daring those wide receivers to beat the corners man-to-man. They couldn't, and the first sack of the game.
43 defense is what the Desperados are showing. Handoff here to the halfback. He's going to pick up a few yards. Looks like 4. Not quite back to the original line of scrimmage there. And that was Cairo Martinez on that first carry.
And they were expecting another maybe bump and run coverage. So one of the ways to beat that bump and run is just do the counter and have a couple offensive linemen pull to the other side and try to get the linebackers and the safeties.
Vasquez in an empty formation here, going to get pressure, throws the ball across the middle of the field. That pass is caught and complete. And I want to say that is Eagle Mondavi on that reception. And
Eagle Mondavi, the number 1 wide receiver on this team. This was a pretty good throw there by Vasquez. It wasn't too deep. It was just between the linebackers and the safeties. And not a dart either. It was just a very beautiful drop in the bucket for him.
A great catch there by Mondavi. Here's Martinez Vasquez once again. With sidearm throw there. That pass is going to be incomplete. 2nd and 10 now for the St. Louis Gladiators.
That wide receiver just not in position. I don't know if he heard some footsteps or if he just didn't get to the ball, but just not the best throw. He was a little bit rushed with just a 1-step drop and not the best of throws.
Look at Esmeralda. Number 1 linebacker for this Desperados defense. Single back formation, 3 wide receivers set. Here the Gladiators going to be handoff here to Martinez, and Martinez is nothing doing. Stopped right at the line of scrimmage. Had a host of Desperados along with Rael there on the tackle.
Yeah, and the offensive lineman did no favors. It was just a trap play up the middle, and the offensive guard just didn't pick up anybody, and Royale came free for the tackle for no gain on the play.
Single back left here now for the Gladiators. Trips to the right of Vasquez. That pass is intercepted across the middle of the field. And give credit to the interceptor, which is Nate Heslap, coming away with the first INT of the game.
Yeah, Nate Haslip, what we like to call a cluer on this play. Just off man, reads the inside route, and picks it off. Very good hands by the defensive back. We've seen it time and time again, Damon. Those defensive backs sometimes cannot catch the interceptions, but that time he puts his team into already St. Louis side of the field.
Yeah, Haslip was in great position to come away with that INT. Basically jumped the route there as well. Had great coverage by the secondary of the Desperados. Gabriel Manning down to the bottom of the field here. Here's Nickens on a 5-step drop, going across the middle of the field, and that pass is caught. Looks like Corey Jones come away with his first reception of the night.
I really like that first play here for the Desperados offense. It's just a mid-range drop back, but not a deep throw. Just dump it short and have your team already in scoring position.
Coming into tonight's game, Deacon Nickens has a total of 17,910 yards, needs 90 to hit 18,000. And there's a handoff to Sonzo Robinson, and Robinson is nothing doing on that carry there. His first of the ball game, met by a host of gladiators, and that was Tony Roberto on the tackle.
Yeah, very strong front seven that St. Louis has. That's the strength of that defense, I think. It's just the front seven. The back end has very good players, talented players, but that front seven is definitely their strong suit.
2-step drop here by Nickens. Nickens got his pass coming across the middle of the field. That's Gabriel Manning, his first reception. And Gabriel Manning has been playing some great ball so far to start this season, Ramos.
Yeah, he's been very good. He's obviously not only a very good wide receiver, but also especially good at kick and punt returning. And he's normally like the deep threat. He goes in deep routes, but that time it was just a shallow cross and able to beat his man one-on-one.
This is like a strong eye tight end flex formation here for the Desperados. Looks like nickel formation for the defense, and going to throw a screen pass out to Sonzo Robinson. Robinson's going to pick up a few yards, counted 4, that is, on that screen to the halfback coming out of the backfield. Now down to St. Louis 27-yard line.
Yeah, I'm really liking Dick Nickens' play recognition here on this first few plays. He's not putting the ball into harm's way. He's just, getting what the defense is giving him, and now he goes 4 wide receivers.
Empty formation in the shotgun. Gun straight here of the Desperados. Nickerson takes a 2-step drop. Throws an out route down to the bottom of the field. That's Gabriel Manning for a first down.
Yeah, tons of room here for the St. Louis defense. It looked like they were doing like a cover 12 on that play. The corners were just playing so deep. They were probably afraid of the 4 wide receiver set. They thought they were gonna throw post or corners, and they're gonna challenge it. It was close. I think it's gonna stand though. I think he had 2 feet in bounds.
Yeah, I believe I did see him catch the ball before going out of bounds, before hitting the white stripes along the sideline there.
Yeah, no question.
Yeah, most definitely catch. But the question is, are they catching? Did he catch it in bounds, or did he catch it before passing the first down marker? I'm going to say that it stands. St. Louis will be charged a timeout, so they lost the challenge. Either way, they challenged it.
Yeah, and obviously there were 2 things to challenge. It was number 1, the pass completion. That's no question. And the other thing was the first down. And I agree with the officials here. Normally, Ref 62 is kind of hit or miss, as we know in the XFL, but I think he was right on. I think the ball was about half a yard past the first down mark.
Gun straight. There is a tight end on the field. He is legal. Same play, down to the bottom of the field to Gabriel Manning. Gets both toes in, picks up 3 yards only on that reception, and Manning has basically been the main target on this drive outside of Corey Jones and Sonzo Robinson.
Yeah, and going back to the recognition here by Nickens, it seems that these plays are going to go for deep routes, but he's changing the play a couple times now to a short out route. So good job by him not forcing anything and taking the check down, essentially.
3 wide receivers set here. There's a tight end and the fullback in on the line of scrimmage. Pass intended for Manning, but the fullback got in the way, and that was Buffalo Marshall, who got in the way of Gabriel Manning and was unable to come away with that reception.
Yeah, not the best route here for Marshall. He probably needed to run the route maybe a little bit shorter, just to allow Manning to run behind him. But Again, the play wasn't bad. I really liked the design. It was just the execution by the fullback and wide receiver not the best.
3-2 dime formation here for the St. Louis Gladiators as Desperados come out with 4 wide receivers. And Nick is going to get pressure, and he's tackled and brought down at the 26-yard line, trying to catch the number of the defender. And it looks like Todd Dubstat comes away with his first sack here tonight.
Yeah, but again, Nickens just going back to it again. He didn't want to throw the ball into double, triple coverage. He knows he has enough room for a field goal, and Tulsa's going to take the first 3 points, it seems.
And here's a field goal attempt here by Judah Dorgan. Comes away with a 42-yarder right down the middle of the field there. And this is going to give the Desperados the lead as they jump up on top.
Yeah, that's exactly the start you want. You want to make a stop here first on defense, and then you want to come away with some points. Tulsa was favored by 7 points in this game, so the betting line by the Jack Stats guys having Tulsa winning by at least 1 score, and the over/under at 54.5 points. As we know, DR Sim, this is this is just 2 offenses that can score in a blink of an eye. You let Phil Koss run wild, or Eagle Mondavi, or Gabriel Manning, or whoever, and it's just game over for you.
Absolutely. And here's the return guy here for the St. Louis Gladiators. Tackled and brought down at the 30-yard line that's the 20-yard line, not the 30.
Yeah, penalty, maybe a clipping or a holding here.
And there it is, Raymond. You called it. There's a holding there on 84.
Not the best of starts here. You for St. Louis, you get intercepted in the first possession, then you allow a field goal, and then you're backed up in your own 11-yard line. So Vasquez has to stay patient, I think, and he has to just keep control of this game.
Second drive here for the St. Louis Gladiators. They did receive the ball first to start the ball game off, and here is Martinez, and Martinez is picking up 4 yards. And that is DJ Majesty coming away with that big tackle there. Aspen Rael was there in the vicinity as well. He's always going to be near the ball, right?
Yeah, he has to. And DJ Majesty, he's been all over, but in the SFL, he has had a lot of teams. Been in Carolina before, I think also Houston, and Alaska, now is Florida. Now with the Desperados trying to find maybe a permanent home.
Yeah, you're right. He has been a journeyman. Started his career off in Houston. Here's Vasquez going deep, and he got a reception down the side of the top side of the field there, out to the 35-yard line.
Yeah, very risky throw, but it worked out for them as Vasquez just delivers a laser high up for his wide receiver. Only he can get it, and Nate Haslip had a heads-off play in the first defensive possession, but then in that one he just did not follow the football correctly.
Looks like far formation here for the offense. Throws a screen pass to Martinez, and Martinez is going to pick up 2 yards.
Yeah, great play recognition there again by Majesty, and Haslip making another tackle as, St. Louis driving the ball pretty good again. In the previous possession, they had a good first down in a third down situation, and they just got intercepted. But, St. Louis has had a good set of plays here in the first quarter.
Strong eye out of the I formation are the Gladiators. And the Desperados brings pressure. They blitz, and they all out blitz. Martinez goes only back to the original line of scrimmage.
It was another counter play from the weak eye power formation here, as they put the fullback and the tight end in one position, and then the offensive lineman pull the other way, and no room to run here for St. Louis. As you said, Tulsa brought up a blitz, and they were able to attack him at the line of scrimmage.
Kyron Hill on the tackle. Dime formation for the Desperados as the Gladiators has 4 wide receivers out on the field, and he dumps it off here to the halfback. Looks like Martinez only picks up a few yards, so they're going to give him 3 on that reception.
Yeah, as just absolutely nowhere to throw deep for St. Louis, and Vasquez just took the check down, and he could not do anything with it. So Tulsa with another stop that will get the ball back again.
And here's Bo Zabrowski coming out for the punt. There's a high snap. Zabrowski does get it off. No pressure brought by the Desperados. And then there's Gabriel Manning breaks a tackle before he's hit and brought down at the 26-yard line.
Yeah. You know, he's so versatile. He can put his shoulder down and also make spin moves and jukes. And so probably the hardest man to bring down in the SFL, all things considered. Obviously, there are a few running backs that will have probably different word on that, but you know, he's very, very tough to defend on both sides.
Empty formation once again here for the Desperados. 1st and 10 at their very own 26. Nickerson, high snap, goes an out route to the top of the field. That pass is going to be caught and complete to Corey Jones. Picks up 3 yards on that reception. That's Jones' second catch of the day.
Yeah, and that's about the third time we've seen Nickens just change the play of the uttermost receiver to an out route. As I think Coach Hawkins is just saying, hey, do not throw an interception. Let's retain possession of the ball and let's move the ball steady.
Here's Nickens underneath the center once again. Single back formation, like a single back left here. Sandra Robinson gets the handoff up the middle. Looks like a big strong dive. Picks up 1 yard. 3rd and 6 now. So they're not 3rd and short. Well, you would like to be on 3rd down, but they're 3rd and mediocre. Just right in the middle of the sticks there.
Yeah, and this is a tricky situation here for the Tulsa offense. You know, it's not a deep throw kind of scenario, but also you can run the ball here, so it's an intermediate route situation here.
5-step drop by Nickens. Nickens dumps it off to the fullback, picks up a few yards there on that reception, and he's going to run out of bounds. Not going to pick up the first down there, and they're going to have to punt this ball away.
Yeah, he had some trouble corralling the ball, and by the time he was able to secure it, he was essentially with his momentum carrying him out of bounds. So a good defensive possessions are here for St. Louis, forcing a punt, and they may have pretty decent field position here.
Yeah, great defense there by the Gladiators, as you just mentioned. And here's the punter once again. No pressure coming from these special teams here early in this ball game. And that's going to be the return guy, Ryan Owens. Gets out to the 34-yard line of St. Louis.
And Vasquez basically going back to the field where his offense stalled in this previous possession. So way better than the previous drive where they started at their own 11. This time at their own 34 is a better field position.
Javier Vasquez underneath the center, going to hand off here to the halfback, Cairo Martinez, and Martinez going to pick up 3 yards. Look who's there. It's DJ Majesty. These linebackers here are no slouch of the Desperados. These guys have been around a really long time.
Yeah, for a very long time, but good job by Martinez. That could have been a loss of about 4 or 5 yards at the line of scrimmage, but you know, again, a good job by him breaking the first tackle and getting positive yardage. They like to do the counterplay of this formation here, Demar.
And there it is, Raymond. You called it. That counterplay right out of the strong eye, or the power eye, should I say. And
I'm sure the linebackers here for the Desperados also called it. It was defended right from the start. Nowhere to go. And Tulsa, again, has a 3rd and 6 defensive situation here.
Vasquez underneath the center, calling the signal there. Got a man across the middle of the field. That pass is going to be deflected by Owens. Did not come away with it, but he was surrounded by a gang load of Desperados. I'm not sure if he got the alligator arms there, Ramos, or he just was unable to just come away with the catch.
Yeah, every defender just converged over the middle, and it was a bad throw. I think that Ryan Owens had a space to make a catch, but it was just overthrown by about a couple of yards. As EJ Minton in the chat is commenting, yeah, that's the hospital pass. And yes, I mean, there were like 3 linebackers and a couple of safeties ready to take Owens' head off.
And there's a pressure by the Desperados finally from a special teams here. And here's Gabriel Manning. You give him some time, man. He had space, but the special teams just clamped down on him really, really fast. Woody Haskins coming away with that tackle.
Yeah, very good discipline by the special teams, just not leaving their lanes and not overcommitting to one side, and just everybody following manning from different angles, and they were able to bring him down.
Single back formation here for the Desperados. At the very own 26, here's Nickens. Nickens dumps it off across the middle of the field, and that's going to be to the fullback. Marshall, that is.
And we've seen Marshall just a couple of times, line up close to the line of scrimmage and running routes as a tight end. And so far, it's working pretty well. He has had a couple of catches so far in this first quarter. And, just keeping the Desperados ahead of the sticks here.
Two-step drop by Nickens, dump it off to Santo Robinson, and Robinson's going to be tackled after picking up 1 yard there on that play.
As just St. Louis with great containment on the outside so far. It's been about the middle of the field that has hurt him just a little bit with some short intermediate throws. So, but outside and on those screen passes and flat routes, they're doing a great job.
Gun straight here now once again for the Desperados. It's like a 3-2 is the defense. Got a man across the middle of the field, and that pass is caught incomplete. And that is to DJ Hume.
Great route by Hume, just past the sticks, getting the first down.
And that's going to do it for the first quarter. You're watching the Simulation Football League here on the Twitch network. If you're new to the Simulation Football League, you're watching the first controllerless esport where strategy and AI instead of thumbs determines the outcome. Teams submit game plans prior to the simulation, and these results play out live in real time with hundreds of viewers. Turn players, scouts, coaches, and team owners on the field to create an all-new kind of virtual reality. Here's Nicholson, dumps it off to Sanzo, and Sanzo is hit and tackled and brought down by Peltier, and that is Freeman Peltier, that is.
Yeah, that's simply not working. Those passes to the running back, those swing routes and screens are just not working. It's been mostly over the middle of the field that Tulsa has had some success against the St. Louis defense.
3 wide receiver set. Sanzo Robinson to the left of Nickens. Out route to Gabriel Manning. Manning gets both toes and 2nd and 9. Also, make sure that you visit the Simulationfl.net for more information.
And another 3rd and 6 situation here. And again, it seems that Tulsa does have a good set of plays that can go against the 3rd and medium range situations. We've seen those, crossing routes where basically, tight end does a 6-yard in route, and then the receivers does an 8 or 10-yard in route. And it's just Dick and Nickens choosing and picking.
There's Nickens going across the middle of the field. That pass is deflected away. And that looks like Colin Douglas got a hand on it. No, I take that back. It wasn't Douglas. It was Nicholas Warner, number 44.
A great pass coverage.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, sorry. Yeah, great pass coverage. And it was, again, that route where the tight end does probably like an 8 or 10-yard in route. And then the slot receiver does a 6-yard in route. And the other receiver does a 12 or 14-yard in route. Just basically leaving Dick and Nickens with 2 or 3 options to choose from.
And here's Ismilia. Farouk come away with the punt. Oh, what a spin move there by the return guy. Got away from the first guy there.
A good return here for St. Louis as they will have the ball at the 26. And Javier Vasquez in this first half, he's been pretty good so far. We've seen a couple of very good throws. Just a matter of Tulsa clamping down on defense after about 10-15 yards, and they've been able to get the ball back. But St. Louis with a set of very good plays here in the first half.
Yeah, single back formation here. It looks like ace formation, single back. And what a run by Martinez. Kept his legs running, picks up 5 yards. Cairo Martinez on that carry there. Great run.
Yeah, great job by picking up a hole and just not getting stuck behind in the line of scrimmage. As we see time and time again, he was just able to choose an opening and get 5 yards.
2nd and 5 here now for Javier Vasquez and the St. Louis Gladiators. 3 wide receiver set, takes 1-step drop. Oh, what a one-handed catch. Oh, my, what a catch. It looks like Eagle Mondivi comes away with that catch there.
Yeah, and I'm not sure, I didn't catch a number. I don't know if it was Kane Vasquez. Yeah, it was Kane Vasquez. He thought he had an interception, but Eagle Mondavi were able to just stick one hand out there and get a great catch. And this is the first time St. Louis is in Tulsa territory.
And Eagle Mondavi went eagle on that one as he jumped and grabbed that one out of the sky with one hand. Here's a strong I formation here to the fullback. He gets his first carry of the game. That's Bill Cherry.
Just a quick handoff to the up back up the middle of the field. And, those two linebackers, Espin Royale and DJ Majesty, are just busy here in the first half, making tackles over the middle of the field. And, they go in press coverage. I will say try again maybe with the fullback here.
Yeah, I was fooled on the first time they gave it to the fullback. I was looking for the quarterback to run further back to give it to the halfback. And there's Martinez. Martinez with a spin move. He picks up a few more yards. Going to pick up 4 on that carry there. 3rd and 5 now for the St. Louis Gladiators.
But again, great field vision by Martinez, just picking a hole, just spinning inside, and finding the open crease. So 3rd and 5 here, with 3 wide receivers. I would run probably an in route or a slant here.
3 wide receiver set here for the Gladiators. Single back is Martinez. Looks like they're going to bring pressure on the bottom of the field with DJ Majesty. And Majesty is going to stop Martinez from getting the first down, but not until after Martinez picks up 3 yards and 3.5 yards, shall I say, because they're going to call it 4th and inches.
Yeah, I will go for this, and they're going to stay on the field. I will go for if I'm St. Louis. I'm really liking the here in this drive. I'll just go for it.
And they are going to go for it. It's going to be a flag on the play. Looks like neutral zone infraction. It did look like someone from the Desperados head was probably in the neutral zone.
Yeah, that's offside for sure.
Neutral zone infraction, number 52, defense.
And there's the call by R62. Neutral zone infraction it is on number 52. And that is Chris Andrews, the defensive end, one of the defensive end here for this Tulsa Desperado team.
Yeah, and St. Louis already now in scoring position. From here will be a 51-yarder, so it's just very doable for the kicker. And obviously they want to come away with 7, but it's very important for Vasquez not to take a sack or a loss of yardage.
7-step drop here deep for Vasquez, and Vasquez is hit and tackled and brought down. My goodness, he took a shot to the head, and Ramos, he's still on the ground.
Yeah, that's a huge shot. Meet me at the quarterback, say the defensive line. There were about 3 different defensive linemen beating the offensive linemen. So Tulsa with great pressure on all sides.
Berto DeMora on that sack, his first of the game, and Vasquez is still in the game. He's going to dump it off. Picks up a few yards. Looks like 2 on that reception there, and it looks like Ryan Owens coming away with that reception.
Yeah, just trying to get closer to the first down marker, make it as manageable as possible, and getting back into that field goal range. From here, it will be about a 56-yarder, so that's a bit more difficult, especially on the road. So they will go with 5 wide receivers this time.
Yeah, shotgun formation here for Javier Vasquez, calling out the signal. 4-1 dime is the defense, and he's going to get a reception on the play. Maybe picks up a yard there, but the wide receiver is brought down as soon as he catches the ball, and that is Paul Dillavo on that reception there.
All they did was getting into Chalice's field goal range. That's literally all they did on that one, and successfully will be a 53-yarder from here, which is definitely doable for the young kicker.
Yeah, here's Amy Chilizzi. And there's the kick. Ramos right down the field. And she's going to get the 53-yarder with ease. Ramos, it looked like he had another 10 yards on that thing.
Yeah, very strong leg. Especially, it's difficult to do it on the road as, you're not in your home turf. As we see the kick here and just getting above the crossbar. And that's good for 3 points. And St. Louis, very good job on tying this one up. And, it's 54.5 in the over-under, and so far with only 6 points. Damon, last week I had a call with Andy. It was the Portland against Vegas game, and it was 16-0. So a couple of back-to-back low-scoring games for me.
Yeah, that just means that there's great defense being played on the field. As we did see the Desperados have a pretty decent drive. I want to say it was their first drive they had But unfortunately, he was only able to come away with 3 points on that drive. And we just seen, great defense here by the Desperados on this receiving end of the drive from the Gladiators, with that they was only forced to a field goal as well. So that just shows that there's great defense being played here in the SFL, and that not only just high scores are being ran across the board. Santo Robinson on the carry there. He's going to be blowed up in the backfield, loses a yard there, and it looks like Gronick comes away with that tackle there. I want to say that's Gronick's first tackle on the day. First time calling his name for sure.
Yeah, and really beautiful play by the St. Louis defense. They had guys on standing on the outside, and they were able to converge to the running back and make the stop for a loss.
Shotgun formation here is Ronnie Nickens. Nickens on a 3-step drop, throws down the middle of the field. That pass is caught incomplete. Nickens got his man. Looks like that was the tight end there, Anthony Mosley, come away with that big catch downfield.
Yeah, big play here for them as Anthony Mosley was lined up as an outermost receiver, as a Z receiver on that one. Not often we see tight ends run those type of routes. It was a deep post route, and it worked perfectly for Tulsa this time.
64 yards on the day passing for Nickens. Need just 26 more yards to hit the 18,000-yard mark for his career. Pass intended for Gabriel Manning down to the bottom of the field. That pass is going to be deflected away, and that was by number 24, Gerald Winkler, coming away with that pass deflection.
Yeah, great deflection there. It was a quick out route, and normally that's easy pitch and catch for Nickens to his receiver Manning, but good job by the defensive back batting the ball away, and it's 2nd and 10. I will expect for them to run the ball probably here to have a shorter 3rd down.
And my apologies, I said Nickens needed 26 yards, need 36 yards. And there's a pass there for Gabriel Manning to the top of the field. He comes away with that reception, picks up 4.
Yeah, basically the same type of pattern. It was just an out route from Manning, but this time instead of being from the slot, it was from the X receiver position, and he gets 5 yards and just gets half of the needed distance. If they do it again, they will have a 1st down.
Shotgun formation here for the Desperados. Sonzo in the backfield with Nickens. Gabriel Manning to the top of the field. Corey Jones down to the bottom. Post route down the middle of the field. And that pass is caught and complete in the secondary of the St. Louis Gladiators. And look who it is. It's Corey Jones coming away with that big catch downfield.
Yeah, big play over the middle of the field. And that's the 2nd time this drive that Dickon Nickens throws a deep post route. And St. Louis defense not ready for it, as they were just seems covering the deep sideline throws, and the middle of the field was pretty much open for Corey Jones.
3 wide receiver set here. Looks like split spread. Sonzo in the backfield along with the fullback Marshall. Corey Jones to the bottom of the field. Handoff here to Sonzo. Sonzo breaks 1 tackle, but he's brought down by a host of people.
Yeah, great job by the run defense here for St. Louis, as Robinson has had really nowhere to go. It seems that Dickon Nickens will have to win the game for his team in the passing game, as they will go 3 wide receivers at this time.
We got 3-3 nickel formation. Here is the defense of the Gladiators. Going up top is Nickens. That pass is overthrown, almost intercepted by the cornerback Riley. Or really, should I say Drew Really, that is.
Yeah,
Really
great
was
play.
on the last tackle as well.
Yeah, a great play by really just getting in front of the receiver and just not letting Manning beat him deep. Just getting his body and shielding his body against the sideline for him to have a shot at an interception, and lucky for Tulsa it was incomplete.
Gabriel Manning up top, 1-on-1 coverage, what it looks like. 42 nickel, here's the defense. 5-step drop here by Nickens. Pump fake, and oh my goodness, somebody shot out of a cannon for the sack. I can't see the number, Ramos. That's 58 is what it looks like.
Yeah, that's the upset again, and that's his 2nd sack of the day. As Tulsa lucky again, they're in field goal range, but that could have been even worse for the Desperados, as St. Louis brought up a beautiful blitz. It was like a delayed blitz on that one.
Yeah, that Todd came out of nowhere, man. I mean, Nickens it looked like he had a perfect pocket. And all of a sudden, someone just dove on. That's a missed field goal on that attempt.
Yeah, just not enough leg here for Judah Dorgan on that one. It was with good accuracy, but just not getting the football far enough. And he was just maybe 1 or 2 yards shy. As that's some kick he would like to have back, because in a tight game like this, the on 3-3, that can mean the ball game is just you can score here 3 more points. You really put St. Louis in a top position probably on the road.
You're absolutely right, Ramos. 42 nickel formation defense, 3 wide receiver set. Here's Vasquez. Vasquez throws it out route down to the bottom of the field. That pass is almost intercepted by the defense. Looks like the number 1 corner here for the Desperados, which is Haslip. Almost came away with that INT.
Yeah, if that's an interception, that's for sure a pick 6, as the wide receiver was just completely out of position. And again, if he catches that one, number 21 goes all the way. So, another missed opportunity here for the Desperados to score.
Vasquez underneath the center this time, trips to the left. Trips to the right. Oh, he takes a sack in the backfield, going to lose 4 yards on that play. And that looks like Berto DeMauro once again come away with another sack. That's his second of the game.
Yeah, DeMauro, one of the best young defensive linemen the league has to offer last season. His rookie season, it was very impressive. Just continuing with that streak today, as the St. Louis with a very, very tough 3rd and 4 team coming up.
4 wide receivers in on the play here. Trips left here for Vasquez, going deep down the middle of the field. That pass is almost intercepted. Could have been taken away by the defense by Kane Vasquez, but he was unable to come away with it on that defensive stop.
And St. Louis tried to get a play before the 2-minute warning, but I think that obviously they like the play call, but maybe they could have waited for the 2-minute warning to have a second read of that, and instead they just try to hurry up and take the snap. So Tulsa will have the ball with 2 minutes left in this first half.
Yeah, maybe they thought they would be able to get a first down before the 2-minute warning or so. Could have been many things that they thought, and that situation. As the 2-minute warning, folks. You're watching the Simulation Football League on the SFL Twitch network. Get your player position locked and loaded today through our Discord server and the SFL Minor League, SFLM. Now 12 teams. There's more opportunities than ever to be the player you've always wanted to be. Join the Discord community through www.simulationfl.net. The second season of the SFL Minor League starts October 2020. That's Gabriel Manning coming across the midfield, gets that reception there. Not the first down, but picks up 5 yards.
I think that's exactly what Tulsa needs to do, as they still have a minute and 4. Still have some time. Just try to get, again, in field goal range, maybe about 5 yards shorter, closer, than this previous drive, and try to come away with points.
And off to Sanzo Robinson, looks like a draw play right up the middle, picks up the first down, his biggest carry of the night.
And then 3 timeouts, but I would like to see Tulsa just maybe a little bit hurrying up just a tad, just to make sure they will able to be in field goal range if this possession is effective, and they will, start to run to the line of scrimmage now.
3 wide receivers set here for the Desperados. Nick is underneath the center. Another handoff here to Robinson, and Robinson is only going to pick up 2 yards. He's going to go no huddle now. Manning up to the top. There's a lot of space between him and the corner. Play action there, and oh no, nothing doing. That's not going to work. Desperados forced to call a timeout after they were sacked. Todd Dustep comes away with his 3rd sack of the night, is it?
Yeah, that's his 3rd sack of the day. That was a very weird play. It was like a play action, but it was like a delayed play action that took ages to develop. Not sure if it was miscommunication there for a second, but that was too slow of a development of a play.
You're right there. That play took forever to develop, especially the play action animation there. 5 wide receiver. Manning on a fade route. Nickens going deep. Got Manning with the reception. And he picked up the first down to the St. Louis 26-yard line. And guess what? Dickie Nickens goes over the 18,000-yard mark for his career on that pass.
And what a throw! That was just, that was like a short Hail Mary right there, as he just mossed that defensive back. I think that was Drew Really. He man just went up and got it. That was a very, very impressive play by the receiver.
So look at Gabriel Manning going up with the acrobatic catch. Come down with that one. That 1st and 10 at the 26-yard line of St. Louis. St. Louis is in a dime formation. 4 wide receivers and tight end on the play. Nickens going across the middle to Corey Jones. That pass is dropped by Jones and almost intercepted by the defender that was on the ground.
Yeah,
Could have came away with that one.
yeah, that seemed like a very low throw here by Dick and Nickens, as he forced his wide receiver to try to pick up from the ground, essentially. The positive thing is that it does stop the clock here.
You're absolutely right. That does stop the clock. 3 wide receiver, no tight end on the play. I take that back. There's a tight end in the backfield with Sandra Robinson. There's a dump off to Mosley, and Mosley fumbles the ball, and St. Louis is going to recover it at the 20-yard line with 30 seconds left on the clock.
That's a very, very big blow here for the Tulsa Desperados, as they were in scoring position and the tight end just cannot hold on to the ball, and that's an amazing play by the linebackers on the tandem tackle and just stripping the ball away, and St. Louis dodges yet another bullet.
And guess who come away with the forced fumble? That's Rodney Panani, former Houston Hyena, who spent several seasons down in Texas with the Hyenas there, and he's getting work done here in St. Louis as well. There's Martinez, not Martinez, my apologies, that's the fullback on that carry there, Bill Cherry, and looks like St. Louis is just going to run the clock out.
Yeah, they're just content, that the game is tied 3-3, because they have played a solid half of football, but I mean, it does feel like Tulsa could be winning this game by more than 10 points already. So yeah.
There's a handoff here to Martinez, and Martinez is going to pick up a few yards, and that's going to be the end of the half. And Ramos, here's the halftime show, buddy. Go ahead and take it away for us.
Well, I mean, as I said, it seems that Tulsa has had a good amount of things, like total yards and passing yards. It's about double the yards, but St. Louis just been able to stop the Tulsa Desperados from drives going even further, as they had a big sack that took them out of field goal range, and then that fumble to end the first half. So Tulsa has looked pretty strong. The defensive line has been really good with Demora, but the score is 3-3, and I think that St. Louis is very happy that the game is tied so far.
Absolutely, and if you saw the time of possession was really close, probably off by 10 seconds or so. It's just been a really, really close ball game here for both of these teams, and I think it's just going to come out as far as the defense as well as, or should I say the offense, that can break either one of these defenses.
Yeah, and Gabriel Manning has been really good, and we've seen very good passes by Vasquez, but so far it's been a game where the defenses are just standing up, as we see a big catch, but then it just gets followed up by a forced fumble. So we've seen interceptions, we've seen very important sacks, and passes deflection at third down situations. So I will not be surprised if we see a defensive score in the second half.
Oh, now that is something that's very interesting right there. It's in a defensive score because both of these offenses are struggling to score. They're not struggling to move the ball, but struggling to get in the end zone. And let's also remember, Ramos, that both these teams come into tonight's matchup at 1-2. So someone's going to drop to 1-3. Someone's going to move on to 2-2 as the season continues to heat up and catch fire, as I always say, for these SFL playoffs. You want to get these early wins in towards the beginning of the season, because on the back end, it gets really, really tough.
Definitely. Look out for Gabriel Manning here in the return. Man, Tulsa was favored by 7 points, but we have 6 total points in the whole game.
There's Manning in the end zone. He's going to bring it out. And Manning's going to be tackled and brought down at the 22. Last time he caught the ball in the end zone, he went ahead and kneeled it. This time he decided to bring it out.
Yeah, and obviously he wants to make a play for his team, and you cannot blame him. I mean, after being one of the best, if not the best, kick and punt returning in SFL history, right there with Koma Kaleka and Jeffrey Dags, I will say, you really cannot blame the guy for trying to take it out of the end zone and make a play.
5-step drop here by Nickens. Nickens going to evade a sack, and he's going to be hit before that ball comes out. And that is going to be number 44 on that sack there, and that is Nicholas Warner.
Yeah, but that was again Todd Dubstat getting first contact to the quarterback, and so far he's my player of the game by far. You know, he's been the guy that has kept Tulsa from moving the chains, and he's had an unbelievable first couple of quarters, and now first play of the third quarter he makes another.
So Dubstat gets the assist on that sack, and his Nickens throws it to the man down to the bottom of the field, picks up a few yards, and that is to wide receiver. He's at the bottom of the list here. That's wide receiver Kevin Grayson comes away with that reception.
Yeah, Grayson with the catch, and Dubstat tried to put a hand up and deflect the pass. He couldn't do it, and it's another 3rd and 6. They like to change the play to an out route here, the Mon teams. So look out for the out route on the top part of the corner.
And there it is to Corey Jones. He does have the reception, gets the first down and more. Spin move almost breaks a tackle before being brought down by Nicholas Warner, who's slow getting up.
Yeah, it seems that they recognize the deep coverage play by the corners, and they just made Corey Jones run a hot route to the outside, as they knew that the coverage was deep, maybe a cover 3 or cover 4. So they liked the matchup and a short route to get the first down.
That was a great route change there by Nickens to Jones there. Great read by the QB. Play action pass here by Nickens. Got a man deep. That pass deflected. Oh, it looked like he almost caught it after deflection, but no, it's going to be incomplete. And on that deflection there is Joshua Dewar. Great play there by the cornerback.
Yeah, that was almost an interception and first touch of the ball, and then another, the safety, I think, tried to dive for the ball, unable to do so. But this is exactly what St. Louis wants. Puts the Tulsa offense in a 2nd and 10, where the defensive line could put some pressure.
Nickens drop back 7-foot step. This time dumps it off to Mosley. Mosley's going to pick up 3 yards on that reception there. 3rd and 7 now for the Desperados.
And we like to see, they like to see, the Desperados like to put in 4 wide receiver sets and a tight end on the field on those 3rd and longs. But they always check it down to an out route. The Monas, they basically go now 5 wide receivers. If they go in an out route, I'm not sure if there's going to be enough with 7 yards to go.
5 wide receiver here. Nickens get pressured again. He's tackled and brought down.
Wow.
Trying to see who the defender is, and that is Tony Roberto.
2nd sack of the day, and that's unacceptable. As Dubstat also beat this man. That's unacceptable, Damon. I mean, you have 5 offensive linemen blocking 3 men, and 2 of those men beat the offensive lineman. So just completely lack of communication and just terrible pass protection.
Yeah, you took the words right out of my mouth. I was going to say that as well, that the front line for the Desperados are not taking care of business up front, because Nickens is just taking I'm not going to say a beating, but he's getting pressured, he's getting hit, and he's just gave up another sack. I want to say that's the 5th sack of this game that the St. Louis defense has accumulated. Actually, it's the 4th sack that is.
Yes, and all the sacks, Damon, have come in very crucial times. 3rd downs, putting the offense, the Tulsa Desperados offense outside of field goal range. It's been very important sacks so far.
Vasquez with the play action. He's gonna have a completion there to the top of the field. And that pass is caught, and that is Paul Dilivo comes away with that reception. That is Paul's 4th reception tonight.
I really like that play call. It was a play action, and then Dilivo ran an out route. It was like about an 8 to 10 yard out route and very close for first down yardage.
Oh, there's a false start there by not a false start. I'm sorry. There's a offsides by the DN of the Desperados, Berto Demora. And after the play was over, you saw him. He just had his hands on his knees and he was shaking his head. He knew he was he messed up.
Yeah, most definitely, and I think he's still shaking his head, and just trying not to get too eager for the count of the quarterback. I think that Tulsa actually stopped them for a short yardage, so very important penalty to have a first down here for St. Louis.
Yeah, but I'm pretty sure that the veterans here on the team is going to get the young guy together. They're not allowing him to get himself up. And DJ Majesty gets pressured. He's going to be brought down. And looks like that is by the defensive end. Chris Andrews comes away with that sack. My apologies. That wasn't DJ Majesty. That was Jaden Swift, who really got the pressure that allowed Chris Andrews to come away with that sack. So that's Swift comes away with the assist, and Andrews comes away with the sack. Twins left here for Vasquez. Vasquez on the 5-step drop, out route towards the top of the field. It's going to pick up. No, they're going to say it's incomplete. It was out of bounds. Oh, no, they gave him the 5 yards. It is completed. My apologies. I couldn't see that.
Yeah, completed catch. And, it's been the defensive linemen just having a party at the quarterback for both sides of the field. Both Vasquez and Nickens have had a very tough time getting protection, and those defensive lines are if they were making this 3-3 score happen, they're just not letting the offensive line block them.
Vasquez gets pressure again, and that had a lot to do with that pass attempt there that was intended for Ryan Owens. Because of the pressure and Vasquez getting hit, it really threw off the accuracy of Vasquez.
I'm not sure if it was like tipped up or something, but that was probably, you will say, DPI. I think it was only the hit on the quarterback and not the hit on the ball. So that was questionable right there, but the Zebras will just let him play.
And that's the punt attempt, almost blocked by the Desperados. Manning is not going to attempt to return this one here as it's stopped at the 3-yard line is where they're going to call it. And Tulsa is going to be backed up to their end zone here to start this drive, Ramos.
Yeah, and this is where the defensive score I was talking about at halftime could really happen, whether it's a safety or whether it is, having those defensive linemen play incredibly well, or maybe even a pick six here, a short pick six. So let's see how the offensive line of Tulsa holds up.
Single back formation, 3 wide receivers. Here's the Desperado. There's Sonzo Robinson. What a truck by the halfback as he picks up 7 yards on that carry there.
Man, great job by the offensive line here, as they have not been very good in pass protection here in the last couple of quarters. But on that one, great run block and open up the hole for Robinson, who had just needed to break the tackle of one man to get 7 yards.
Yeah, that was a big block. Big run there by Sonzo. Strong I formation here. Once again for the halfback. Get blocker. Gets a move, and he breaks open out to the 24-yard line. First down for Sonzo Robinson, and he is starting to get things rolling now.
Yeah, great patience again by Robinson on this one as the guard pulls, and Robinson just goes right behind him. Great block by the fullback as well, as Robinson gets another gain of about 14 yards, and they keep moving the chains. This is a good drive to look out for, Damon. This drive, again, started at the 3-yard line. They have 21 yards so far.
There's 9 carries and 34 yards for Sonzo Robinson. Twins right here for Deacon Nickens. 2-step drop for the QB. Throws it out to Mosley, the fullback. I'm sorry, not the fullback. Marshall, the fullback, that is. And he's only going to pick up 3 yards on that reception.
Good job by Nickens again, throwing the ball to the open man and letting his fullback make a play. As 3 yards it's not much. It doesn't look like much, but it's important to keep your head of the stick so the playbook just opens up in its entirety.
Long guy formation here again. Does a handoff here to Sonzo. Sonzo's going to be hit after picking up a yard. He's hit by a host of gladiators, and the one there first was Gerald Winkler, comes away with the tackle.
Big 3rd and 6 here coming up as we take a look at the personnel. Robinson on the field, so that's going to be 3 wide receivers and a tight end as the safety creeps inside. So maybe a pass middle of the field, intermediate route could work here for Tulsa.
There's Nickens, got a man wide open, crossing into the field, and that pass is caught by DJ.
Yep, as the safety creeped on the inside, on the outside, far sideline. And middle of the field, the slot receiver running a slant route. Really good play calling here by Tulsa, finding the open man.
Long guy spread here. Nickens handoff to Robinson. Robinson picks up 2 yards on that carry. No, that was not Robinson. That was the backup halfback.
Yes, Panani, again, former Hyena, not letting this running backs get many yards after contact. We've seen Robinson break a couple tackles, but other than that, it's been great tackling by both defenses.
Nickens in the back, shotgun, takes a drop, throws across the middle of the field. That pass is caught by Corey Jones. And Corey Jones is going to come 1 yard short of the first down.
Right spin move by Jones, getting a couple more yards. As we again going to play as Deacon Nickens gets good protection this time. Throws the ball, and 2 men were right there, but that spin move gains him probably 1 or 2 more yards. And in a 3rd and 1, we're going to take a look at the personnel here for Tulsa. I will not be surprised if Marshall is there, so I think Robinson is going to get the ball here on the near side.
Yeah, it's 3rd and 1 at Tulsa's 49-yard line. They're going to pass this here, cross the middle of the field to Gabriel Manning. That pass is deflected away, and you got to give credit to Mark Gronick on that deflection.
Yeah, most definitely, and I'm not sure about the play call here for Tulsa. I think they just outsmarted themselves. I think if they run the ball here near side, maybe it's not a first down, of course, but I think that would have given them the best chance against what appeared to be like a nickel defense, and they will just go for it here. Let's see if they do, or if they just try to fake snap it.
And the defense is only showing 3-3. If I'm the quarterback, I'm hiking this ball because you only got 6 men in the box, and I got a gang load of people on the offensive line here. Looks like they had the whole team on the offensive line
Yeah.
for the Desperados, and they're going to go ahead and settle for the timeout, and they're going to punt the ball away over to the St. Louis Gladiators with 3 minutes and 41 seconds here left in the third.
No, but I echo what you said, Damon. I mean, in numbers, man, Tulsa had everything. They had 2 tight ends. They had a fullback against just a 6-man front. So, it's never easy in the SFL, but you have to think that matchup that really favored the Desperados offense.
It most definitely did. It most definitely did there. And they did not take advantage of it. St. Louis is going to bring pressure and almost get a punt block. And the returning guy is going to allow this one here to bounce inside of the 1 yard line. And we just saw Tulsa start from their 3. Now we're seeing St. Louis start from their 1. Yeah. And this is scary, as we have seen pressure from this defensive front here by the Tulsa Desperados. Can St. Louis get out of this end zone?
Yeah, man, you have to think that Demore and Swift and those guys are just eager to make a tackle for a loss.
They bring 4 only, and there's a pass caught out to the 24-yard line, and Eagle Mondevig comes away with that reception.
Wow, literally the perfect play call here. It was just a 1 or 2 step drop, and it was a duck of a pass. Shout out to the St. Louis offensive coordinator on that one. That really takes some guts to have just a 1-step drop back and a deep throw on the near sideline. It worked, and St. Louis out of the shadow of the goal of their own goal line. It's one of the most important plays of the game, I would say, Damon.
Yeah, they on the goal line. They come out in the spread, and now they're out to the 24, and they come out in the jumbo package.
Yeah.
Look how that worked. That was a dump off to Martinez, and Martinez picks up 2 yards on that reception.
And the tackling has been unbelievable for both teams. Again, we've not seen Sansa Robinson break many tackles, nor Karen Martinez. The tackling has been great so far. We haven't seen a really big run all day.
5-step drop here by Vasquez. Vasquez got a man across the middle of the field, and that pass is caught. And I want to say that is to the tight end, Phil Koss. Comes away with his first reception of the game. That's our first time calling his name.
Yeah, Phil Koss has probably been the best receiver in this team in the first 3 games here in season 15, as he jumps up and gets another catch for his season, as St. Louis is moving the ball now, has 40 yards on this drive.
All 6'5", 255 pounds of Koss was wide open in the last play. And here's a handoff here to Martinez, and Martinez is hit hard. Really, really hard by Cain Vasquez on that last play. I mean, on that particular play there. And most people have been shooken up from that hit.
Yeah, but again, we go back to Tulsa's discipline and just short tackling, as they strung the running back outside, being very patient, and then Vasquez made the tackle.
There's another handoff here to the fullback, Bill Cherry. Esmeralda is leading the pack. And he's always in top of the list when it comes to tackles for, not just going to say linebackers, but for all defensive players throughout the league. And he's been that way for many years.
Yeah, he really has. He really has. As we go in a 3rd and long, they like to run post routes here.
And there it is. You caught it. That pass is going to be caught and complete. And that is to Paul Dillovo on that reception there.
Beautiful throw by Vasquez, throwing the ball exactly where it needed to be, because there was not much separation for the wide receiver. So that ball really needed to go one place, and it got there.
Ball coming away with that reception. I was going to say play action, but no. This is a handoff here to Martinez. For some odd reason, it looks like the quarterback is just going to go play action with it, but he ended up giving it to the halfback. I was fooled before the play was even finished.
Yeah, and it's now a 2nd and 8, and we've seen St. Louis like to throw the ball, though, again, we go back to this formation, Damon, they like to do that counter play, and it has not worked in this game.
Here's that counter play again here, and it's going to be stopped for a loss. They're going to say that he's got back to the line of scrimmage, but I didn't see that. And there's DeMara there on the ground. Looks like he was in the midst of the tackle. And that's going to do it for the 3rd quarter, people. We're heading into the 4th. Put your 4s up in the chat. You're watching the Simulation Football League here on the SFL Twitch Network. Download CrowdPlay, our new partner for 2020, and play the game about the game. Follow the action and answer questions for a chance to win a share of $1,000 prize pool. Your next chance to win is Sunday at 4 p.m. Eastern, when the undefeated Louisiana Revolution travel to face the Mexico City Aztecs. Here's Vasquez going deep. He got a man. That pass is caught and completed, and that is Paul Dillovo on that reception there. What an outstanding pass from the rookie quarterback.
Yeah, I don't know how that was not intercepted, though. Josh Vasquez had that one all the way, and Paul Dillovo just got in front of him as a big play. Is that the longest play of the game? I think it is, actually. As this drive continues, again, a drive that started at the 1-yard line. So already 91 yards on this one.
4-3 is the defense. 5-step drop here by Vasquez. Dump it off to Martinez. Martinez tried to spin, but nothing doing, as he's hit and met by linebacker. There's number 50. That's Kyron Hill.
Yep. 90 yards, actually, but, again, going back to it, just a beautiful throw here by Vasquez deep, and that check down didn't work. Man-to-man press coverage here. Maybe an inside run could work here for St. Louis.
Trips left for Vasquez. Takes a 5-step drop. Looks over. Got a man across the middle of the field. And that looks like Paul Dillovo.
Yep, that's Dillovo again.
There.
Yeah, he's been the most productive receiver here for St. Louis in this game. As 3rd and goal. Honestly, I will just call it a passing play, but if it's not there, I will just either throw it out of bounds or not force it. I mean, you're in prime position to take the lead here.
Same formation. They're going to go to the out route down to the bottom of the field, and that is Dillovo. that reception. And Ramos, he has crossed Hollywood Boulevard.
Beautiful throw by Vasquez as he goes to the outside in a short out route here and opened his Dillable for a score as Nate Heslip was running a deep coverage route defense. And St. Louis has had the first touchdown of the game. As again, we go back to it, and I see in the chat, are all the games defensive, or is there some offense in this games? And the over/under was 54.5, so we were expecting some offense. Tulsa was favored by 7 full points, and St. Louis with just the first touchdown of the game.
And I can see why the over and under was 54 points, because if you go back and you look at last week's games, Tulsa scored 31 points themselves. St. Louis scored 13 versus Chicago, but it's not like St. Louis haven't put up any points this season, because they have. Just
Yeah.
weren't able to do it last week.
Yeah, I mean, they have shown a lot of explosiveness in the deep pass with Cause and Delavu and those guys, and the defensive have also the defenses have also shown to be very, very productive intercepting the pass and trying to get the ball going all the way for scores. So I see why the over under was 54.5, but the defenses have just really stepped up in this game.
Yeah, you have to take into consideration that both of these teams game plan throughout the week. I mean, you have a 5 to 7 day period of game planning, and you come away with the best defensive game plan that you feel is best for your team. That pass is deflected away across the middle of the field there, and that is, let's see, 27 on my roster.
Good.
Yeah, came away with that deflection there.
Yeah, good. It was a good decision, I think, by Nickens. He just underthrew the pass a little, and it was a great play by the defensive player right there, of course. But he had good separation. Gabriel Manning on the corner.
There's a handoff to Sanzo Robinson. Robinson saying there's nothing doing. You got to give credit to the St. Louis Gladiators defensive front. Man, they have been balling up front as far as stuffing the run. I want to say Sanzo's biggest run for the night has probably been 8-9 yards.
Yeah, I think it was in the last drive when he had a 14-yard run on the outside.
Yeah.
But you're right. Other than that, it's been just 2 or 4 or 5 yards, not much more than that.
Here's Nickens down to Corey Jones. Corey Jones gets the reception and the first down as well.
Great route, getting the ball just past the sticks for a first down, as we're going to see on the replay here. Was a simple out route by Corey Jones. The corner was getting inside leverage. He was expecting maybe another slant or post route pattern by Jones, and he goes to the outside just enough for a first down. And Tulsa with, there's still a lot of time left on the clock, but considering the fact that they only have 3 points, it's very important for them to try to tie the game in this possession.
Yeah, Joshua Dewar was on the coverage there. As you stated, he had great inside leverage coverage, but just wasn't able to open those hips and get to the outside. Here's Sanzo Robinson. Oh my goodness, I thought he had open space, but it closed really fast on him. And my goodness, Mark Gronick comes away with a tackle from hell.
Yes, and he stretches it to the outside. Probably Robinson had, but he went to the inside, and the linebacker was just waiting for him.
They're calling in the chats. Nick, let's go. Talking to the QB. Sanzo Robinson with the bulldozer play, and he's going to be out to the 46-yard line of St. Louis. And I want to say, with that carry there, that puts Sanzo Robinson over 7,000 yards for his career.
Yeah, congratulations. And again, what a run to make it happen, as he just disposes one defensive back to the ground, and it requires 2 defensive players to put him down. But it's Tulsa now back into St. Louis side of the field, and this offensive drive going very good indeed.
1st and 10 at the 45 of St. Louis. 7 minutes and 24 seconds left on the ticker. 3 wide receivers. They're going to hand off here to Robinson. Robinson is going to be stopped and hit at the line of scrimmage. And that is Dupsat. He has been a very, very active man. 3 tackles, 3 assists, 3 sacks, 3 tackles for loss. Talk about 3s across the board. Actually, 4 tackles.
Yeah, and I don't like the play call here on offense. That draw play really didn't catch anybody off guard, and now you're 2nd and 10.
Here's a dump off here to the fullback. No, I take that back. That is to Robinson,
Yep.
the halfback there.
And Tulsa has to be very smart here on 3rd and 9. I would prefer if they threw the ball short or intermediate and just try to get the yards after the catch for a first down, because I will suppose St. Louis is ready for that deep ball.
Gabriel Manning only have 7 targets on the day, and they're not going to target him here. That pass is going to be thrown across the middle, intended for Corey Jones. But guess who was there? Rodney Panini, the inside linebacker, comes away with that pass deflection.
Yeah, great job by Panani on the deflection. As instead of going deep route coverage, the St. Louis Gladiators defense just converged on the short and intermediate routes, and Tulsa not in field goal range, and they will have to punt. And it's going to be the job of St. Louis, who already had about a 99-yard drive, to have another long drive to milk the clock.
And they're going to stop this one here once again inside the 5. They're going to say right at the 5-yard line. And the player down there first was Mo Austin, one of the slot corners.
And Austin does a great job just taking care of the gunner, and he just downs the ball inside the 5-yard line. But again, St. Louis, this past possession, they had a 99-yard drive that ended in the first and only touchdown of the game. So they just did it, and let's see if they can do it again. They have 6 minutes and 15 seconds to milk.
They have a 99-yarder, as you stated, in their back pocket, looking for 95 here. Hand off here to Martinez, and he's met by DJ Majesty after picking up 2 yards.
Very important tackle here by Majesty. If he misses that tackle, that's open field here for Martinez, as he had open space in the 2nd and 3rd line of defense, other than number 95.
3 wide receiver set here for the Gladiators. Martinez stands on the goal line. Defense is moving around. There's pressure by the defense, and looks like DeMora comes away with another sack. Looks like his 3rd of the night.
Actually, KT Slayer.
Yeah, KT Slayer.
Yeah, the big defensive lineman. It's a big man. As goes in and makes a tackle for a loss. Is 3rd and 15 here under center. You don't want to get sacked again for a safety here, Demont.
Hand off here to Martinez. Spin move, wow. Martinez got open room ahead of him. It is open daylight. He's on his way for a 90-yard touchdown run. Is he going to be ran down? No. 5, touchdown, Martinez. Hollywood Boulevard, and you put your name in the record books.
Wow, that's unbelievable. That's an unbelievable play call here. As I say about passing the ball, you don't want to get sacked. Well, a good way to not get sacked is to not throw and run the ball. As Tulsa just completely sold out for the pass. They completely left number 33 untouched, going all the way for the end zone. And 14 points is never say never here in the SFL. But man, 5 minutes left in the game. St. Louis is just taking control of this one here in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, I mean, what a big run by. I mean, he showed patience on that run. I mean, he had a big hole. He hit the hole, and then the middle of the field became bunched up, and then he just sat there, wait for it to clear, and took off.
Yeah, and just after a game, Damon, where Karen Martinez really did not have a single big run. I mean, it's been a game where DJ Majesty and Espen Royale and those guys have been able to bottle him up pretty well and contain him pretty well. Just for him to get a big 96-yard scamper is just something that came out of nowhere, to be honest with you.
Now they give Cairo Martinez a total of 128 on the day on 15 attempts. And here's Gabriel Manning on the return, and he's going to be stopped and brought down at the 21-yard line. They've been holding him in check on these returns. He only had one big play back in the 3rd quarter, but since then, haven't seen much of him.
No, not at all. St. Louis has been unbelievable on him against the pass and against the kickoff returns. It's only that big throw where he mossed a defensive back, but other than that, it's been contained pretty much in check all game long.
Strong eye jokers. Here for the Desperados. Two-step drop here by Nickens. Nickens dump it off to Robinson. Robinson with a stiff one, but he's going to be tackled and brought down by a host of gladiators.
Yep, as they're going to face a 2nd and 9. And Tulsa needs to hurry up here. They need 2 touchdowns here, and they are very far away from the first one.
Yeah, Nicholas Warner there on the tackle there of Sanzo. And looks like they're in a Gun King spread here. Robinson and Mosley, the tight end in the backfield, along with Nickens. Nickens on a 2-step drop, going through progression, steps up in the pocket, throws an out route, not an out route, just throws the ball away. Looks like great coverage there by the defense of the Gladiators.
Yeah, Nickens with just nowhere to throw to, and pretty surprised he didn't run. I mean, Dickon Nickens, Loki has the biggest run for a quarter NFL history. He had about like a 70-something yard touchdown a couple seasons ago on a quarterback run. So pretty surprised he didn't actually just take off with it.
Yeah, I remember that play. This is a pass across the middle of the field to Gabriel Manning. And I'm going to break down that play for you that you're talking about. It was about a 70-something yarder. Deacon Nickinson ran. He was with Oklahoma City, and they were playing the Houston Hyenas. And what happened was that he tried to hand it off, but the halfback was blown up by the defensive tackle, Chad tackle that is, and it was just open field from there from Nickens. And here's Nickens going deep. That pass is deflected away.
And that's huge defensive coverage here by Douglas, because that was a 4th and 1, and St. Louis will have the ball again. It was 4th down territory, Damon, with about 3 minutes left in the game, as he had just the space for Corey Jones to make a big play over the middle of the field. Didn't materialize. In St. Louis, they're just in position to get another field goal at least, and just put this one away.
St. Louis will take over there after that incompletion or just pass deflection. They're showing 4-3 as a defense. Handoff here to Martinez. Martinez got blockers in front of him. Picks up 6 yards on that carry.
That's
Tackle and brought down by Esmeralda.
Sorry for cutting you off, Damon. That's the first time the counter play has worked. Kyra Martinez now with 136 yards, 96 of them on one run, and the remaining 40 on just a very tough night for him, as he has trying to grind out those yards, and Tulsa has had pretty contained, but it just required that one big play for St. Louis to have a 2-score lead, and you just need to get a couple of first downs here.
Yeah, 3 minutes and 20 seconds. They go back to the power I here. Let's see if they're going to go back to the counter. Strong counter Trey, what they have been running. And there's the counter again. And he goes back to the inside. He had open field down to the bottom of the field where the play was directed to go, but he decided to go elsewhere.
Yep, and the important thing, Lamont, is that the clock keeps ticking. I mean, obviously St. Louis wants to put in another touchdown in the game and just seal it completely, but the important thing for them is just have the run clock, go all the way down to zeros. And a 3rd and 5, I will not be surprised if they just decide to run the ball and just force Tulsa to call a timeout.
Strong I formation. Joke is here for the Gladiators. Handoff here to the fullback. He's going to get a first down, and that's going to continue to run the clock here.
And the Tulsa Desperados defense, who was very good on the run all game long, all of a sudden has no answer for nobody. So Martinez ran the ball inside and outside, and the fullback runs it, and just no containment, and they're getting gassed here in the end of the 4th quarter. They look very, very tired indeed.
Look at Martinez's number. That's the 2-minute warning, people. You're watching the Simulation Football League on the Simulation Football Twitch network. Sector 6 is the official apparel provider of the Simulation Football League, and replica jerseys are out now. Get your name on the back of your team's jersey or your fan favorite team's jersey, and visit Team Store and libraries for purchase options through sector6apparel.com or through the website on simulationfl.net. Just hit the shop button. Here's a handoff here to the halfback, and he's going to be stopped in the backfield. Loses.
Yeah, and even with the loss of yardage, if I'm St. Louis, I'm not throwing the ball anymore. I'm just running the ball here on second and third down. Whatever happens, happens. Just, if you face a fourth down, you can kick a field goal with Chilisi, which will effectively end the game. That will be, 17-point lead, and that's three possessions.
Strong eye jokers once again. Hand off here to Cherry, and Cherry's going to pick up. No, tackled at the line of scrimmage by Espen Ryan.
Espen Royale and DJ Majesty have been just unbelievable all game long for the most part. As this run defense looked very good for the first 40 minutes of the game, but at the end they let a couple of big runs happen, and St. Louis able to take full advantage of them.
3rd and 12 at Tulsa's 19. 4 wide receivers. Martinez in the backfield goes out on a swing route pass to the top of the field. That pass is going to be caught, but they're going to call it incomplete. But that he did not get both feet in bounds. And they're going to bring out the kicker. Oh, the booth is going to review this.
I mean, that will make it a little bit shorter for Chilitzi. It's not much different for the kicker as the booth decides to review this one. I think the call on the field was good. I don't think he had feet in bound. No, that's completely incomplete. That's not even close, in my opinion.
I absolutely agree with you, but R62. And they're going to call it a completion. They're going to overturn it, Ramos.
Well, I mean, luckily, honestly, if I have to be objective, so that really doesn't change much.
Mm-hmm.
It's not like it's a first down that will completely seal the game. It just makes the field goal a little bit shorter for Chilitzi, which, you have to think she will nail either way, whether it's 27 or 29 or 31 yards.
Yeah, it looks like it's going to be a 28-yard field goal here. There's the snap. The ball is down. The kick is up. 28 yards right down the middle. Easy pickings for Amy Chilizzi.
Easy Chilitzi, as we will say. She splits up the upright, says. And I'm pretty surprised, actually, Damon, that Tulsa just ran like field goal prevent on that one. They did not try to rush the kicker, as it seems that 17 points now for Tulsa is pretty difficult to come back from with under 2 minutes.
Yeah, 1 minute and 48 seconds left. Down by 17. I just don't see a comeback here. Not unless Gabriel Manning can make something happen. And this team, there's Manning with 2 spin moves.
Man.
I was about to go into my mode.
Yeah. and Gabriel Manning was just 1 tackle away. That was the last line of defense. As
you stated in the beginning of the game, that this guy is electrifying when it comes to returns, and he almost showed us there what his skills ability is when it comes to returning. Here's Nickens, got lots of time. Pass is deflected, bobbled around, is finally intercepted on the play, and that is going to be Drew Really, who comes away with that first interception of the day for him. I want to say that's the first interception all game.
As just that basically summarizes up the fourth quarter here for Tulsa. The game was tied 3-3, and just St. Louis could do no wrong here in the last quarter of play, as they will just have to take 2 or 3 knees and this one.
And my apologies, that wasn't Drew Really on the INT. That was Legs McGee. I thought I saw 40, but it was 49 was the player. And there's the kneel down there by Vasquez. And as you stated, they're just going to take the knee, go into victory formation. And St. Louis is going to come out here with a victory, baby. They're going to go 2-2, and the Tulsa Desperados are going to drop to 1-3 at the start of the season. This is week 4 going into week 5. Things has to be turned around when you're at 1-3.
Yeah, most definitely. But you have to think there's a lot of season. 1-3 is not by any means the end of the season, and just have to fix a few things. And they had very good chances, especially in the first half. A missed field goal by just about a yard, and then a fumble close to the red zone, and they played pretty well. 3 points really doesn't tell the whole story on how good the Tulsa offense looked from time to time in this game, but If you cannot get the ball in the end zone, none of it matters.
Absolutely. Here's a look at DJ Majesty there. Majesty on the day, 7 tackles, 2 assists. 19 seconds left in the ball game, and there it is. That's going to be the last play of the game. St. Louis is going to move up to 2-2. They're going to come away with the victory here. And as you stated, Ramos, Desperado is just going to have to go back to the drawing board, change a few things in their game planning, and come out ready to fire come next week.
Yeah, because I mean they're more than capable. Gabriel Manning is an unbelievable player. We know that, as well as Sonsa Robinson and Corey Jones. They have a veteran quarterback. They have a very good secondary. Espen Royale and DJ Majesty can go against anybody, as we know. So yeah, they're a very talented group. It's just that the ball did not bounce their way in a few plays in this game. So just again, make a couple of changes. Tune up a bit your offense and defensive schemes, and go try again. I mean, again, 1-3 is not the end of the season just by any stretch. So they still have a lot of room to improve and many wins to come, I'm sure.
Yeah, absolutely. And you take a look at the highlights here. There's Martinez on that long run of 96 yards, right down the middle of the field. This showed his patience there, as I stated earlier there. Gabriel Manning, 73 yards receiving. Yellowvoe, 78. And I believe Tulsa can really make a move here in the second half of the season. If I'm not mistaken, I had this scheduled up. Let me see if I can find it here. Let's see here.
And both quarterbacks pretty close, 187, and player of the game for this one is going to be Karen Martinez because of that big shot run.
Yep.
But again, Dubstat had an unbelievable game today.
I was your broadcaster today, Damon Simeon. Alongside me was Ramos Lynn. See you guys later.
Good night.
Looking at Tulsa's schedule, they have a tough schedule coming up.